Prince Harry's highly anticipated memoir, Spare, is officially out today, and it contains allegations that are nothing short of explosive.
In the book and the ensuing press tour, Prince Harry has made a lot of revelations about his life as a member of the royal family, including the claim that he and Prince William actually engaged in a physical altercation back in 2019. So here to discuss all of it is ABC News royal contributor Imogen Lloyd Webber, and from our ABC News London bureau, journalist Tiwa Adebayo. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay, Imogen, let's start with you. You have been covering the royals for a long time, and you've seen a lot of things. What shocked you the most out of this book?
There was a lot there, and more than bridesmaids' dresses, so thank goodness we're not talking about them again, although they are in the book. The Taliban, the fact that he named the number of kills for the Taliban, 25 members of the Taliban he killed, that obviously has security consequences for Prince Harry. I was surprised he went there. There are other revelations too. I was surprised actually he was talking about losing his virginity in that way. There's now a witch hunt of every 40-something woman in Britain who hasn't talked for years. My friends were actually particularly shocked about that. It was interesting how they focused on that. For the record, it wasn't me. Most shocking of all, perhaps, is how he went in on Camilla, that she really apparently briefed the press so that she could really reconstruct her image to the world. And I think we were all perhaps shocked that he went quite that far.
And Tiwa, what about you? What shocked you the most about the book?
I think I was quite shocked at just the depth it went into about his life. I mean, we've seen from the Netflix documentary and from the Oprah interview that he was willing to talk about kind of the last 6 years, but the detail, especially surrounding the death of his mother and the trauma and grief that ensued, was quite striking and at times uncomfortable to read.
And you know, Imogen, he talked about the death of his mother, Princess Diana, and also talked about how, you know, he thought she was alive for many years, sought out therapy. What can you tell us about that?
He really, I mean, grief was very much the driving factor of the book on many levels. And he's clearly put a lot of blame and anger onto the British media, which of course he's now feeding at this point. Your heart does go out to this 12-year-old boy. It is all very sad. The fact that he even felt the need to go to the tunnel in Paris, to drive through the tunnel at that great speed that Diana was going. She's there as a force throughout the book. And one hopes now that Prince Harry can perhaps now find the happiness that he's craving, and perhaps this provides a clean slate for him. Whether that's the clean slate for the rest of the family, of course, is another matter.
Oh, and Tiwa, let's talk to you. I want to get into, he discussed his 2021 accusation that the royal family expressed concern over the skin color of his son, Archie. This surprised a lot of people, but Harry clarified that he believes it wasn't an example of racism. This is what he says. He called it unconscious bias. What do you make of this?
Well, I think a number of people of colour in the UK have been quite surprised by that claim. There's been a lot of discussion on social media about the difference between unconscious bias and racism, and whether or not it's harmful to divorce the two. Of course, the cause can be unconscious bias, but so often the effects are racism. And I think that he's drawn some criticism from people that were perhaps more sympathetic to the cause of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, particularly on the racial front, because unconscious bias suggests that there is no agency. It suggests that perhaps the perpetrator isn't responsible. And I think a lot of people are upset by that claim, especially because they believe that having concerns over the colour of the skin tone of a child is certainly racist. And I think he might need to do a bit more learning on the path to being truly anti-racist, if that's what he believes.
And Imogen, speaking of the family has yet to even make a statement about this book.
Absolutely. The royal family is supposed to be above celebrity culture. That's one of the reasons I think why Americans are often so fascinated about them. If we do see a statement, it will be something along the lines of recollections may vary, which we heard before after the Oprah interview. Of course, what the royal family want from us all is to focus on the coronation. So it's going to be interesting to see how they try and shift everybody's attention to the coronation of King Charles III in May. We've, of course, not seen a coronation since 1953.
And they've been doing this for years, trying to shift attention when there's been, you know, any kind of controversy. So.
There's nobody better than the Windsors, and they've lasted 1,000 years, so we shall see where they go.
It's no secret this story is far from over, especially with the book coming out today. Journalist Tiwa Adebayo and ABC News royal contributor Imogen Lloyd Webber, thanks to the both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here. to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.